Hello people of Gensokyo, this is Saving playing Touhou, Lost Branch of Legend, and today we're recording the Seed of the Week. For this week, we're going with, a JoJo reference. By which I mean, we're playing Sakuya on the seed, SakuyaB obviously, on the seed mudamudamuda, and we are picking every single extra turn we see other than, shops and stuff, because we get to control our money, but every single card reward that has an extra turn, we have to pick an extra turn. We're going full world. Sawarudo. So that's everything. So yes, same as usual. I'm gonna take 7. Revealed fate because we are, on a seeded rung anyway. And that's about it. So we get Lunar Fang, Fortress Stacking Ships Phantom, or the Rainbow Lotus, which is not very good in my opinion, because it's just really hard to get all of the colors. So yeah, I'm considering stone stacking, because if we're going to get extra turns, we're definitely gonna have to be defensive. So for a lot of them, because we need to set up so we can actually draw the private squares and stuff. But we could also just go for the usual 100 gold shop act long and just go off there. Maybe get an lead in here, and then we have an option to avoid it if we feel it's too risky at the end. Okay, yeah, let's go. We're starting with the shop. Let's see if we can find maybe a Jack the Ludovile or something, since that'll make it so our extra turns are rather valuable. And unfortunate, we don't get a kill on any of the ones that are attacking us with Sigil. So we're actually just gonna have to do the usual. Poke one of them. Full block. Well, not even full block, because they're rolling high damage. Pretty bad Kadama fight already. Okay, what we can do here though is not this, because I'm fucking weakened. Jeez. Okay, so this should be good though. We do get the kill on this one. And honestly, I'm gonna be weakened next turn, so I'd rather just, poke a shot here to make sure this one dies. Even though I'm doing less damage to this one, who's higher life and has Fluffy. Because next turn I have guaranteed poke shot for the kill here, with private vision if I needed it, but I did draw the sight, so I'm just killing the Kadama. Honestly, Vampire Hunters is a pretty good attack early game. Just solid accurate damage early on, makes the bats completely trivial on the if we get the bat encountering here. So we could just go for like double fight into the shop and delete here if we find ourselves in a good spot. This is probably going to be like 5 Kadamas on one of them and bats on the other. But yeah, just generally pretty good. Also not just solution if we find Aya as an elite. So I'm going to pick it up. Plus, honestly, it's just very good damage for the mana it costs. So this is a very easy take. We're about to go into shop after all, so just getting 350, like 360 gold is just absolutely great. And hey, Vampire Hunter proving its worth immediately. Not good enough to not take damage, sadly, but still pretty good. Almost killing this with accurate damage. Then we get to just, private vision for the grace, and deal 16 here. We drawn a should, we could have left all of them, I mean both of them dead to poker shot, but whatever. Speaking of which, poker shot, Vampire Hunters, and that's fight. Sure, Gamble could be good to, actually hardcast the extra turns. Imaginary Tilings is not a bad card either in the early game. I've already picked up an early game card though for damage, so I feel like Sure Gamble is just a good card in general. Plus it fits with what we're trying to do. So for shops, we don't actually need to buy extra turns, but it looks like we haven't seen any of them regardless here. Really tempted to just go for exhibits. These two are very good in my opinion. Turn 1 Graze and just a lot of barrier over the course of the fight. For 313, which leaves us enough money for a water gun. Sadly, we wouldn't be like removing or upgrading anything, but you know, basically leaves us in the perfect spot to do the rest of Act 1 with these, scale up, and actually go fight the elites. Yeah, that sounds good to me. As for the boss, as usual with these, it is random because this one doesn't have any specification, and when there's none, we pick random. Last week's, I think it was, the boss was meant to be Marisa because, you know, the character we had to pick was Patchouli, so I was the one who suggested the challenge that week, and I thought it would be funny to, you know, if you find Marisa, well, Patchouli has to get her books back, so... Okay, that's pretty good, I'd say. Our colorless mana would be kinda wasted if we did this, because we're still going to do Silent Vampire Hunters regardless. So I'm just gonna retain it for now. And just kill the bunny. That's pretty good, honestly. Vampire Hunters as an early powerful source of damage, proving its worth. It's really solid there. And yeah, here we can just do sight, discard whatever for that, and block for 10. And we're not gonna be taking damage. We got kinda lucky, the doll didn't use any of the forced poison attacks until now. And this would be 28, 33, so not good enough sadly. So I guess we're just playing out our hand. I do want to play all my cards, so even if it's only like +1 mana, I'm gonna go ahead and play the Sure Gamble. Plus it does give me some barrier. And we're gonna be taking like 3 damage from the poison sadly, but whatever. It's 3 damage from Bunny plus Doll is honestly just... if all my fights could be that little damage, I'd just sign up right now. I feel like with Sure Gamble, the Tea Brewing or the Play with Water would go pretty well, just get some card draw. And this is also sustain. I do like Tea Brewing quite a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. And yeah, we don't have money for a shop, so we'll probably just upgrade either Gamble or the Break in there. Tea Break, I mean. So we have 2 grazes. So I can just... I don't mind taking like 1 damage, I guess. And just going hard on these. So I'm kinda tempted to actually just go all in here. Graze this, graze 7. Don't want to take 6 though. You know, honestly, let's just play this carefully. There's no need to rush. This one's weak, this one's frail. Let's get the frail one. Because very often, the thing about these enemies is that very often, if you can ignore the frail debuffs and stuff, you can just actually take no damage when blocking the explosions and just go full defense. There's no issue with that. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes you don't get the chance, but you know, it's something to consider. It does happen decently often. Yeah, the issue right now with Sure Gamble is I waste all my color and then I get a bunch of colorless. That's why I like the upgrade. Because right now I would only be able to play 3 cards regardless. And I'm thinking I don't want to kill this one because it's an extra source of damage. But if I kill this one, I'm not putting up enough defense. So I guess it's just another black key private vision Vampire Hunter. And just keep setting up for the future. At the very least, again, we're getting very off of Ice Cube eventually. So, okay, this looks like a good chance. Go ahead and get Grace. And just kill the bottom one. During a turn where we're not getting attacked by anything else. And we even have our barrier, so we should be completely fine for the rest of the fight. And let's just do this, just to get some more barrier off the Ice Cube, honestly. I'm thinking if it's worth killing it. I'll go down to 0 barrier, but I think it's fine. Yeah, maybe because I was like halfway between two different choices to kill them there, I feel like I probably wasted damage somewhere, but whatever. So yeah, gonna go ahead and T-Brewing here, just you know, it is healing, so I'd like to just get it if it's going to be free healing for me. And other than that, also just Vampire Hunter for damage, Boundary to block the extra. Don't really care if I lose my barrier right now, since I intend to finish the fight already. And that's that. Not really super interested in any of these, I think. Melancholy is like kind of okay because it's AoE and we don't really have any right now. It's not really amazing either. I guess worst case it is like it just procs the 5 Kadama AoE, all the fluffy of the Kadamas. Kind of forgot how to talk for a second there. Yeah, worst case it just procs fluffy on every single Kadama. Kind of feel like I have to go with Sure Gamble here, although the T-Brewing is also okay. So Sight of Distantly is also like a good upgrade. Just go down to like blue eventually. Vampire Hunters I don't really care as much about. Early on the 18 is plenty and it insta-kills any of the vampires anyway. And later on, even if we find like the bad encounter on Act 2, we don't really care if it doesn't one-shot the big one. So it's Sure Gamble, Brewing, or Distant Blade. And I feel like it's gonna be Sure Gamble. It's being hard to play for now. It is a good card, so I'd rather be able to play it. Okay, Ring is kinda harsh. Let's go ahead and activate our T-Brewing already, so we can easily play later. And just deal as much damage as we can. We have our Sure Gamble now. We might actually have to use the spell card here. Okay, let's go ahead and... I'm going to use a lot of blue this turn, so I do want to Sure Gamble here. For a lot of mana. We do have 1 Grace for free, thanks to last turn. The Tungusfang. Don't really want to use the gun though, so I am going to go ahead and discard it. Side is going to kill one of them. And that's going to proc 1 Grace. And yeah, Vampire Hunter here, Hunters here, just makes it really easy. You just go Boundary. Grace 1, block the, like, Grace and Explosion, block the attack from the other one. And Ring is not actually gonna bother attacking us. Because there's only 1 spirit left, so she's not gonna detonate. And I just do as much damage as possible, and move on to the next turn. Pretty good. Okay, so I'd really like to get something more efficient than this, because otherwise the only option... Actually, I do have Ice Cube available. even then, I think T-Burn is just better option here. Not super happy about it, regardless. Guess I'll just go on Black Key defense, block, and shoot so I don't get debuffed. Well, the debuff is probably gonna make me lose more HP than anything else here. And at this point I really do need to just get going on this. Thankfully the accurate is very helpful here. And we're getting some barrier. Yeah, this isn't going badly, honestly. So this would be 28. Right now I can't block that much. But I would rather, yeah, just fully block here. Because if I just attack ring or kill this, like, she gets 3 grace again. And if she doesn't get the grace, like, I'm pretty much guaranteed to kill her at this point. Didn't draw anything better. But I didn't have any other attacks anyway, so wasting mana wasn't really an issue there. And right now I really like to draw some damage off this side here. Any damage at all, because I have to shoot here. Any other damage at all does it. Otherwise I might actually just go ahead and spell a card. Maybe Prohibition unblocky. I'll see later. Hooker Shot does it, yeah. Didn't have to worry about it. Just actually gained life on a ring fight without using spell card, which is absolutely massive. Trick Bullets is just a generically good card in my opinion. While Tengu's Decree is pretty good for bosses and stuff. Who was our boss again? Marza. Kinda makes Tengu's Decree a bit worse, I think, because you don't get to attack her that often. It does help with blocking the... what do you call it? The Master Spark though. Our only, like, really high priority upgrades are these two, and they're not super high priority either. So I'm thinking I get Trick Bullets and I'll probably upgrade it on my next cap. This is a very solid attack, honestly. One of Sakuya's best commons for sure. And even before the upgrade, it's like, okay, it's not amazing, but you know, very painful to lose block toys there. Although I guess it means we would have found even more extra turns and stuff. So we definitely can take double combat here. My worry is that we're not really gonna have a ton of money for the shop, but like even 80 or something, we can buy a decent card or just, you know, remove a basic or get an upgrade if we want to. But I guess we're not even going to get P because, you know, we're almost full anyway. So I guess I'll just upgrade the gap, yeah. Unless this event is like a ton of money somehow. It isn't. We're gonna go ahead and take some life gain. And you know, I haven't been paying Misty a lot lately. I have been trying my hardest to win and I kinda needed it, but I'm not using my money that much. Let's be nice today. Today we're paying Misty, doing our civic duty, and I'm still gonna have enough money for the gap upgrade anyway. For reference, like, I believe I've said this in every video it comes up, but there's no downside to just not paying Mistia other than, of course, your conscience. So yeah. I kinda wanna get rid of the one that's going to debuff me, but if I just one-shot one of the attackers, I could get started on the other ones instead of just adding a third grace. Sadly, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That means this one's probably going to attack me later, so let's get started on him now. So we do find our Melancholy and our Gamble, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop Gamble, pop Melancholy. And at this point, I believe I can probably block everything. This is like 24. This is 20 and I already have 5, so yeah. And this one's the one with the least block right now, so I guess I'll just drop my attacks here. Haven't really needed to use the gun so far, thankfully. Okay, so kind of lacking in defense right now. But trick bullets here will deal 8 damage. The throwing knife will finish off with 4, which means I can go ahead and get enough block of the defense plus the ice cube and not have to worry. Let's go into eruption, and yeah, this is guaranteed to not take any damage. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the easy play here. Just 10 private vision. Go next turn. And Vampire Hunt just finishes it off. Run's going pretty well, honestly. We're just not having any issues with katamas or anything like that. Actually just getting to the end of the act with no damage taken. A little worried about not having enough consistent damage, but we have some card draw and we're gonna probably upgrade the trick bullets, so we're gonna have a couple of good attacks on the gun. Worst case. Normally I take Luminous Ricochet early on for the AoE, but we just got through the encounter that makes me need AoE the most, so... At most, maybe I'll get guard up, but I don't think so. Yeah, let's just skip here. Plus, you know, we do have the Angeling's Bolt for +2 max HP. And we just upgrade our trick bullets here. Go ahead. So we do find Aya. We might actually need to use the gun this time. But we do have our Vampire Hunters here. Very useful. Some free damage. Free as in we get to ignore her grace and stuff. And attacking turn 1 is also good because I'm gonna have 1 grace left for the attack on turn 2 that she does. Okay, so I do think I want to go ahead and gamble. And let's go ahead and draw cards because I don't really have any defense right now. Okay, this does it already. Discard Poker Shot, and at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do as much damage as possible. This means using my low damage attacks first and finishing with trick bullets. Shoot a knife. And we probably won't have to use the gun at all in the end. We get to just block here, no problem. Gonna conserve as much barrier as possible because it's not like we can deal damage anyway this turn. But like 2 Vampire Hunters attacks and just any other extra damage on top is going to finish this fight, so not really worried. I did have 1 blue mana. I should have definitely played the Private Vision for Ice Cube trigger. Okay, let's see what we draw first. A shoot. Not really relevant, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and Huntress unblock. Use some for barrier. Definitely not ideal. Let's see what we draw. Poker Shot. If I had enough mana, this would have actually been good enough, but I don't. And this is... I guess it's only 10 damage. I can take 10 damage. I guess that's fine. I'll play Boundary. Actually, it's even less, because I get to Private Vision just for the Ice Cube proc, and I'm only taking 5. The knife leaves her at 17, and as soon as we draw Vampire Huntress, she's just actually dead. So nothing to worry about. Maybe even earlier. Okay, yeah, trick bullets and anything else here just makes it good enough. And she did give us quite a lot of papers, so the anything else part was covered. Still no extra turns. You know, kinda wasting the funny part about the seed, supposedly. I'm considering maybe just taking a greedy premature burial here, assuming we're going to get turns later. This could just be a recover any of the recta turns. Worst case it is a sure gamble. Plus, it lets us put the sure gamble in our hand, costing 0 for a huge powerful turn. Other option would be like Newsfab. We do have Tea Brewing already. We do have some card draw. But I tend to not like the draw discard stuff. It's absolutely great, don't get me wrong. It's probably among the best stuff that any blue character can do. But I don't tend to like playing it because it feels very samey and it's generally focused on neutral cards rather than uniques. So let's pick up a Premature Burial here. It's definitely the greed pick, don't get me wrong. It's not the pick I'd make for the current situation. But I feel like I don't need to pick for now, I can pick for the future. What am I upgrading though? Probably the side, so I have more constant attacks and card ranging. Card ranging. Because right now I'm actually just gonna have to punch Marisa down to 0. I don't really have any engine cards or anything that gets rid of her over a long period of time, like Jack the Ludovile or anything like that. And I get to Tea Brewing turn 1, because I have Flawless anyway, and the Grace. Just our turn 1s are as safe as it gets, basically. And yet now I have no defense at all, huh? Let's go ahead and just gamble now. It's on defense. We're gonna take 4. I think that's fine. Actually, maybe not even 4? Hey, let's go. And we just spend our mana. And that should be enough. Not gonna use the gun for now. I'd rather keep it so I can use it if I draw it on a turn where she has Grace like now. Okay, one way to block everything this turn is just private vision into double black key. Gotta get rid of her Grace. Maybe this gives us Vampire Hunters? Sadly not, but we did get a shot. And I'm going to just keep my knife around by discarding it. That way it's more free damage later. Okay, we do get the Huntress now. I guess we can just black key boundary Huntress. Next turn, we're facing down the Master Spark. Might be our first spell card. Not even that much damage, honestly. Like, I'm just taking 9. I'm just gonna take him for the 9. I'm gonna heal for far more after the fight's over anyway. And now, on the other hand, we actually have a problem. This would be like 20 HP, down to 36, still within range, I guess. Not happy about it, but I guess it's not like a forced spell card yet if we want to conserve HP, because we're gonna heal for half our HP. So if we're at 36, half our HP is like a 33, so yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned, I am gonna use the gun now for the Grace. Okay, I get to just private vision too. And sadly, Eruption, Distant Blade both use our blue mana here. So there's very little point to playing them. I guess if I draw one of these two, I get rid of it earlier. And the damage from... didn't happen. And the damage from the Dark Residue is going to be kind of inevitable. Because we don't have any black mana. Okay, we might actually have to do our thing soon. Because we're one off, not healing to full. Okay, I have Ice Cube, so I do get to just do this. And still full block. And now it should be easy to just finish her off without using her spell card. I tend to like not using my spell card on blue Sakuya if I can, because, you know, 240 is a lot harder to recover than the usual. And there we go. Because I tend to not like black quite as much on Sakuya. Because her black cards are not quite as good as other colors in my opinion. But Bottle Soul is very, very good at this stage, and we do have double full spell card, so I guess I can afford it. Well, let's just go for that. Oh, first force decision of the round. We see extra turn, we pick extra turn. Luna Clock does mean our attacks don't do damage, so hopefully we'll be able to get some time pulse to go with it. And since we now have the Bottle Soul, I'm going to very likely just start spamming shops everywhere. Try to find good cards there to go with our extra turns. Okay, as usual, we don't have to care at all about turn 1. We're super strong turn 1. Or well, super tough, I guess. It's not like we're doing a lot of damage, we're just taking none of it. And this is all going on the Purifier. And Eruption here kills. I'm gonna go ahead and Distant Blade, see if I draw some other defense. Oh, Private Vision's pretty good here. Sadly, no Ice Cube, but you know. Private Vision into Boundary is like 1 damage taken. And this is lethal. Judgment of Sins, huh? It only discounts colorless mana. But it does let us retain things like our extra turns and stuff. Unsure. Don't know if I should pick anything here, honestly. Gonna go ahead and skip, I think. Judgment of Sins is good in my opinion, but doesn't really fit our deck right now, in my opinion. As usual, we're going hard turn 1. We find our Sure Combo, so we get to retain that. Huntress. Yeah, you can just shoot. I guess 1 damage is better than 0. And then Private Vision, double block. And that makes the Sunflower not deal damage. Sunflower Fairy, obviously, I mean. And that's the Keystone down. And the fight should be free at this point. One thing I do want to do is start removing our basics, because, you know, we're still like full on them. Don't remember, did we remove a defense, or does Sakuya start with unless? I don't think we removed, so she likely starts with one less since she has the private vision anyway. Let's go ahead and gamble here, because I'm pretty sure with that we can actually just finish the fight now. T-Ring, and yeah, trick bullets. Changeling magic can work as removal in a way. I'll go ahead and pick it up. And we get Patchouli event. Probably gonna go for my white mana. Just the more blue I have, the better I feel like. And it's not like I want to lose my black mana. Plus, you know, blue mana also helps with the Ice Cube activations. Tons of empty masks, huh? But we don't really have any debuffs, which is a shame. Yeah, this just looks like a pretty goddamn bad shop. What is the upgrade on this? Like, yeah, not really good enough as a standalone card, that's sadly. So I guess this is just a skip piece. I'll just remove and go, I guess. Actually, we could get a robot model. I have Shop Elite here and Shop Elite here, so I can actually use the robot quite well. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice this first. I was about to leave without it. The robot model's really good here. So the only thing I'm willing to sell here is, I guess, the Tengus Fang, since I already have Lunar Veil. But the Tengus Fang is not even like very well priced anyway. I could go for it, I guess. Or the Lunar Veil. Like, it's kind of funny because these two are actually pretty similar. Well, the Lunar Veil is a bit better, but not even by that much, honestly. But yeah, I think with Lunar Veil, the Tengus Fang is whatever, so I am going to go ahead and sell it. Still though, if I didn't have Lunar Veil, there is no chance I'd sell the Tengus Fang, because I think it's among the best common exhibits in the game. Yeah, we can just keep taking combat. We have the Bottle Soul, we want as much money as we can get. That was a mistake, I kind of forgot I needed the mana to jumpstart the combo. So I guess I'll just go ahead and exile 2 cards, whatever. Get some knives. Obviously, I don't mean I literally forgot, I just wasn't paying attention. And maybe this is a Luna Clock turn. No, there's way too many strong attacks in our drop L. Actually, I can just... Yeah, I'm really just not thinking right now, huh? This is just Graze and full block. Not even a hard math. Okay, now it might actually be a good idea. Like, kill this one, sure gamble, Luna Clock. Let's see what we draw first. Black Key is not good enough, so I feel like that's our path out of here without taking damage. This. I have 2 free mana, so let's shoot her twice. Go Luna Clock. And now we just try to block all the damage we'll be taking. I guess tea brewing to find a boundary is actually good enough. And we managed to block everything despite drawing almost no defense. Let's see what you draw first. Get rid of the dark residue. Shoot. And you know, just private vision for Ice Cube. But yeah, this fight is taking a lot longer than I'd like it to. I can full block, Huntress, Poker Shot. I was kind of tempted to use the water gun there, but I don't think it's a good idea. Okay, big bullets. Okay, and Huntress here is very good. Melancholy, and the knife finishes it. Okay, Dangerous Illusionist might be one way out of this. For some temples on Luna Clock. We have Changeling Magic, we have other stuff. I feel like I can go ahead and pick this up here. Okay, let's do it. Not super happy about it, but not really sad or anything either. Okay, we can open up with Changeling here. Get rid of the Long Night. And get started on the bunny. There we go. We get charmed, but bunny's already almost stung, so hopefully we'll be able to just defend ourselves from the fox without any issues. This is not gonna be good enough, it seems. But, oh well. I can just finish her off next turn. Let me just keep blocking for, while I can. Okay, this looks like an illusionist combo clock turn. So with combo, I go up to 12 mana. This is 5/8, so I have quite a bit still free. Gotta be careful I don't use all my blue though. In fact, I can't use any blue because I spend it on illusionist and Luna Clock, huh? Which is a good thing because it did remind me that I do have the fox charm. I almost fucked that up. And yeah, I can block here. And the knives will give me some temples, which will finish off the rabbit next turn. Let's try and keep our barrier for the break turns where we don't actually have what we want. Okay, Fox is slowly starting to scale out of our control, but we're getting quite close to finishing it off anyway. $44 HP. The issues were permanently weakened at this point, basically. No Ice Cube. But at least we're getting a lot of cheap damage constantly too. If we draw something good off of this, it might be good enough. Huntress is indeed good enough. And we're finishing this off right before a 34 damage attack, so very good. There's still no extra turns. Kind of feels like the challenge was a bit pointless at this point. Guess I'll go ahead and skip. Lunar Cycle was slightly tempting, but I can find better cards on shops and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Last stand formation, huh? Could let us just finish fights really quickly. The speaker there to get Changeling Magic and upgraded for the... what do you call it? The Long Night is also quite tempting. We can only get the speaker now and we have to get the upgrade later, but you know, might still be worth it regardless. In fact, I think that's what I'm gonna do, yeah. Oh. A lot of extra turn builds tend to have issues setting up. I feel like doing this and guaranteeing that I always get rid of Long Night and always have some attacks turn 1 is going to be worth it. Generally, I try to focus on the bottom Reiki because, for reference, this one, as in my experience at least, from the last 2 weeks, from what I remember, this one is always going to debuff on turn 2, and this one's always going to attack. And the debuffs, stack up. Kokoro's spell card, so yeah. I'll go ahead and T-Bruin just so it's cheaper later. Also, this feels worth using at this point. The water gun's not really going to be that useful later. I'm getting rid of one of the Manreiki now, just feels worth it. We could technically just sit here and farm a ton of money forever with the Bottle Soul and of the Manreikis, but if you watched any of my videos before, you know that's not my style. So don't have to worry about that. I do want to set up Illusionist though, along with playing the rest of my hand. So I'm gonna spend the Sure Gamble. And we'll only be taking 2 damage. So that's also nice. Okay, we drew most of our knives from the Illusionist. Let's go and keep killing Manreikis. Not gonna intentionally farm them, but I do tend to prioritize them in combat anyway. Because I don't want to get debuffed. And our Ice Cube saves us from taking damage this turn. Lots of knives. Slowly chipping down Kokoro. No big deal. Okay, let's see what Eruption gets us, and then I'll decide. Actually, we can see here. Not a great turn. I feel like T-Brewing into Luna Clock might be the play here. Yeah. Nothing here, right? Yeah. Right now, most we could do is like 15. I guess 15 and Private Vision isn't quite as bad as I thought. Sure. I can deal with that. I thought I was going to be taking more damage, but ends up being only 6. And the spell card is pretty much empty, because we did kill them in Reikis in time. This is definitely a Luna Clock though. And this one's even worse. I guess we don't even really have that much defense in our deck, huh? Still, I am going to spend as much blue as I can. I know these attacks aren't doing anything, I'm just stacking up Ice Cube. And for the first time in the game, we're gonna go ahead and spell card. And at the very least we can kill them in Reiki. But also draw the black key defense here. Let's see if we can draw any other defense. Foundry, perfect. The knife will finish off the bottom one, and we actually full block Kokoro now. And at this point, it should be pretty easy to finish her off. In fact, any extra damage here that we can use? Yep, Melancholy. Umpire and Poker Shot, and that's the kill. Yeah, that was like 140 gold from an elite, basically. Yeah, that's why those are so good. Devil's Codex, huh? At this point, it could kind of get us close to an infinite. So our deck isn't that big, and a lot of our cards exile, and T-Bruin draws a lot. So I think the double scope is actually good. It does need an upgrade though, which means I'm getting very close to the max amount of cards I can get that need upgrades still. Bicycle could help though. The keystone is not really good, except in my opinion. So the bicycle at least lets us get some upgraded attacks at some point. And yeah, let's just go ahead and take the shop route. Changeling magic as usual. And I guess I'll just illusionist here, considering my hand. Could have done like tea brewing and see what I draw, or bomb throwing knives, but I do want illusionist to be ready when it's as soon as possible. Do need the spirit to die here, since I'm already going to be taking plenty of damage without it attacking me. Does not look like I'm gonna get my wish though. At the very least not the one I truly wanted, which was to not take a ton of damage. This at least gets me the kill with a knife. But I'm taking 25 here from the drowned girl. And to make things worse, kinda just have very little to defend against all this. Here's our black key. Let's try to keep drawing and stuff. Boundary helps as well. Keep our knives in our deck. And Ice Cube is not gonna trigger. I guess we're taking 40 more. Jesus. Can I kill her if I just... maybe? 39 4 from the time pulse. No, I can't. Also, like... I guess I could get like a changeling magic or a knife, just 16 her. Tiburin does heal me. I don't think it's enough, I'm just gonna take it. Yeah, apparently the drum girl is the strongest thing in here. Forget elites, forget anything else. She's stronger than all of them. Yeah, I'm kinda fucked, aren't I? $28. Guess I can go ahead and sure gamble maybe. Try and draw something off the codex. Okay, that helps a bit. That helps enough, in fact. Yeah, that was way too much damage taken. I took like 50 damage on, or 40 damage in this combat. And finally, our second extra turn, Rabbit Square. Forced pick, but it would have been my pick regardless, I think. Not a good moment for this. I do like this event, but it's not great to do right before shop. Who was our boss, by the way? You go right. I'm pretty sure I checked earlier, but I didn't remember. Immune to vulnerable, immune to weak. I kind of feel like weak is the bigger problem, so I'm going to go for the television. Sum of 0 in which the following number is a prime number. And it's kind of funny because like these two could be correct at some point depending on like there's always confusion with these, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick 3 because that one's the guaranteed one. Not sure if 1 or 2 would have been correct there. Okay, so Special Watch is not bad, and it does help against Yuriko, since she does summon. Comes pre-upgraded thanks to the bicycle. And leaves us enough money for an upgrade here. I think? Yeah, 125 total. leaves us enough money for an upgrade on the Dangerous Illusionist, which we do need. Even if I do want Changeling, this is absolutely necessary at this point. So yeah, I feel like that's the pick. If I had enough money, I would have picked Rokenken without a second thought, but I do not. So yeah, let's just go Special Watch, upgrade the Illusionist. The upgrade on Illusionist is like pretty much always great because, you know, it basically doubles the effect. Not the knives, but the passive effect. Let's go ahead and exile these. And I guess the poker shot, since she does gain grace, I want my attacks to be more efficient. Yeah, just deal damage. Okay, so I can go ahead and get rid of her grace, then Shriek Bullets into Private Vision the knife. I am going to take a slight amount of damage, but the grace does avoid one of the lock-on two. So pretty much fine. I'm gonna go ahead and sure gamble. I have 6 blue, so I can Illusionist without an issue. And this is 7, so I have 1 mana available for Melancholy. Shame I draw the Huntress, because I did want to play it later. But we're casting Private Square. It's been a while since I was able to actually play one of my asset turns. Let's go ahead and double Codex here. I kind of feel like 5 life is too much. I'm not gonna lose that much life right now anyway. Okay, so Black Key defense is happening. The question here is, I kind of want the life from T-Ruin. Do I spend the Occult to do the boundaries? I think I do. That way I'll take no damage and I get to set up the T-Ruin already. And then I start doing some work and gaining samples. Okay, I might have to either Luna Clock or just Spellcard here. And with how many good attacks we have here, Spellcard seems like the better choice. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have to lose 5 HP anyway in the end. Because I don't see any way to finish her off otherwise. And if I double Codex just to see if I can get anything here, I'm using up 2 mana, which makes it very unlikely I will. Okay, let's just go and Burial for a Private Square. Special Watch just for the damage, take another turn. And any damage with Time Pulse does it, and we find plenty of it. Okay, we have plenty of money, and we got a Treasure Ship model too. Elegant Main does seem like a good skill to have here with the Illusionist. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. And we absolutely need to heal here, because otherwise we're just going to die to Yujiko's special debuff. And even then, 33 life is not exactly an amount I'm happy with. But we'll have to deal with that. I do not want her to get any grace, and these things are going to eventually be an issue, so I'm just gonna take it down now. So this into this, and now it's 2 knives each right now. This one's gonna be 2 knives regardless. This shit doesn't help. Yeah, let's just knife this one and let the others kill the top one. Take 3 damage, and we're gonna have 30 HP for the rest of the fight. 33, I guess. Oh, that's kind of painful now that I think of it. I can't illusionist and vision. In fact, I can't even codex and illusionist. Well, I can't really take 12 right now, so I guess that makes the choice for me. Certainly not a great draw right after we get afflicted and she doesn't attack us, but oh well. For reference, our extra turns are still useful. The buff is going to grow later, so it's still dangerous regardless. Immature Burial is just not good at this point. Yeah, I guess just double shot here. Let the knife exile and block this is our best play here. This is not looking good though. I really need to get this over with ASAP, and it's not looking like I'm going to be able to. Well, we did avoid getting weakened here though, thanks to the television. And is it illusionist or is it like hunters into special watch for the extra turn here? I do need illusionist like basically now. But special watch is getting worse and worse the longer I wait. Has to happen though. I need illusionist set up like right now. Just deal as much damage as I can, I guess. I have the barrier anyway. Okay, private vision does help me avoid all this damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw. Discard a knife. I get to just if I codex I don't get to elegant mate actually. Still think I gotta do it though. I need to basically accelerate as much as possible right now. The entire game plan. Let's hope we have a good enough setup right now, but it's not looking good. We have like 4 turns tops. We're just not getting lucky with our special watch either. Let's go and occult so we can use our blue for our attacks. And the black for the colorless parts. At this point, I just can't afford to kill these either. Unless I guess with the watch. No, I don't really even need to block her. The problem right now is just the incoming mortality damage, I feel like. It's like private vision is going to avoid most of it. Just really not sure what to do here. I think I have to go all in on her, but if I do, like the spirit takes away the grace. Just kind of fucked, aren't I? Yeah, I guess it's just made into special watch. And I have 2 more turns, this one and the next. And that's assuming I actually get to block all this, which wasn't a problem before, but might be now. I might have fucked myself even harder. I definitely have, yes. Absolutely. Yep, and I'm dead. Well, that was honestly a pretty sad run. But I don't tend to like repeating the Seed of the Week runs. So I guess that's all you get for today. Sorry. Yeah, in the end, like, the challenge barely mattered. The run was not really that great. And it felt preventable too. Like, I knew it was Yuriko coming, and I still like didn't really build around it. Kinda played on autopilot this run, so I guess I deserve the loss. Honestly, in part, it was like, oh, I'm going for the challenge. I really like extra turns. I'm just gonna have fun. Don't really mind picking up as many as I can, and then I just see no turns, shit the bed, and do nothing the entire run, I guess. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Sorry the video is so short and with such a disappointing ending, but it is what it is sometimes. Believe me, I'm the most disappointed one here. But that will be it for now, and hopefully next video is a little better. I'm pretty sure it's like Momiji or Aya, yeah? Yeah, I'm going to go for Axel Aya or Reflection Momiji. There's been actually some discussion about Reflection Momiji later, which might spark some changes. So I'll likely do her last. So next video is most likely going to be Aya on the red kit, the acceleration Aya. Yep, that was it for now. I hope the video was still like somewhat enjoyable at least, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.